Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. This has been a long overdue interview that I've been trying to get connected with, and if you've driven around town, you've seen this next guest's work all over the place. I think maybe every building. I don't know. Maybe not every building.
I'm shooting for that.
But you're shooting for that. So we have Lacey Rives with the Harco Sign Company in the house.
In the house.
In the house. Welcome to the show. Finally.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
I am excited to interview you because we've known each other through networking, and every time we're at some kind of networking, somebody stands up and they say, "Man, I just want to thank Lacey Rives because she helped us out, put together a great sign." So we're going to talk about your company today.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to talk about a little bit of the backstory behind who Lacey Rives is. So let's start off with that. Before Harco Sign Company, give everybody just a general idea of where you're coming from.
Well, I'm from Texas. I'm not even from here. So before I did this, I was in Texas. I was in college, and I was ready to get out of college and didn't know what I was doing. And so got out with a finance degree. Went into a little company that was manufacturing sprockets and gears.
Sprockets and
gears.
In
Arlington, Texas. And I jumped in, and I did the accounting thing for 15 years with them.
15 years?
15 years, yeah. They had branches in Canada. So I had moved around their corporate office. It was very corporate. And I landed doing their Canadian accounts.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I landed. And after 15 years, I was over it,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my background is totally accounting. Been doing it over 20 years. The last job I took was with Tyson Chicken, and they were in Bentonville, Arkansas.
Okay.
And so I went out there for, supposed to be a 1-year deal. Tyson Chicken senior accountant, met my now husband, and that's how I got here. Chris Rives. You may know him.
Chris Rives. Anybody that's in small business in Harford County probably knows Chris Rives.
Yes.
So has been doing a lot of recruiting for the Harford County Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
And you guys are very, very involved in sober living, in recovery, and all that stuff. So.
That is a big part of our family. Yeah. It means a lot to Chris.
Yeah. So, but this is not about Chris.
It's not about him.
As much as he wants to think that it's all about him, this is not about him. He had his own podcast. We interviewed him already.
Exactly.
He's done. We got the...
He did get me in the sign business. So I got out of the accounting field, got into the sign business, and that's kind of where everything shifted.
Yeah. How did that... Where was that transition? You met him. You guys came to Maryland. He had a sign company.
He had one at one point. He had sold it off. And so we weren't in the sign business. I was still doing, the finance, and I was just over it. And I think one day, I never even thought about opening another sign company. I don't know signage. I just know from what I've heard him say.
Right.
And we drive around town and, I did that. But when he was like, screw it, let's open a sign company, woman-owned, local, Harford County loves local. Put it in your name, and you're going to take off with it. And it was scary, but it happened, and here we sit.
Yeah. So how long have you been in business now?
This is year 3.
Year 3.
Yep.
It seems like you've been doing this for like 20 years or something. I mean,
it started off rough, but it just snowballed, and it's very, very busy. Yeah.
So is it busy all year round, or are there seasons to it?
I have not found a season yet. I don't know if there has seasons.
Okay.
Because everybody's doing something year round. Okay. Whether it be electrical storefront signage, like the big stuff, or if they're, just throwing a golf tournament and need signs for that.
Gotcha.
I mean, there's always something. The big stuff is good to have, but the little stuff fills in the time.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's just as important to people.
So what's that spectrum of signage that you guys focus on? You talked about little golf signs, and then and then the big storefront ones, like
the
Route
small
24 owl houses.
Yeah, that thing was 6 foot tall.
Saw.
Yeah, that was 6 foot tall.
Okay.
The cabinet was taller than we are.
Dang.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay.
But yeah, so that would be on the bigger spectrum. The smaller stuff would be like banners, signage for golf tournaments. I donate all the signage for the GAIN conference. I don't know if you're familiar with the GAIN. It's for like seniors.
Okay.
So I do like their Coro signage for that. What else? I'm on the board of the Turntable Fund. So they have 2 big events a year. So I'll do banners and signage for that.
Okay.
So that's on the smaller end.
Okay.
Yard signs.
Events, stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what are some of the big ones that people would know, throughout the county?
Like throughout the county?
Yeah.
The Arc of Northern Chesapeake.
Okay.
Their big monument sign got hit somebody drove through it with a car.
Oh.
I mean, it didn't just get hit.
It got obliterated.
When I went out there to look at it, it wasn't there. I was like, I don't even know where this thing belonged. Like, where do we start?
Yeah.
So we did, brick monument sign within a lit cabinet. So that was really cool to do.
Okay.
Tiffany and Company Bakery. I don't know if you're familiar with her.
I'm not.
She's over by the college.
Okay.
And something really cool about some of these big sign projects. You're a member of the chamber, so
Right.
you know Coffee and Connections.
Yep.
It's once a month. Last year, and this is the first time I've ever been a member of a chamber, because when I worked in corporate America, like, I just didn't even know. I just went to work and came home.
Yeah.
So the chamber,
before getting into this,
the chamber's been amazing, and this
Yeah.
is before he even worked there. Like, I jumped in. I'm on a committee. I do this. But I went to 11 Coffee and Connections last year. There's only 12. I don't even know if they had it in December last year.
Okay.
And I walked away from 6 of those Coffee and Connections with this, not just a sign deal, but an electric sign deal.
Wow.
It was your neighbor right here, Ron Fisher with Fisher Financial.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's actually right there.
Okay.
That sign cabinet that's hanging off the side.
Okay.
Yeah, I did that one last January, not this previous, but the one before.
Okay.
So yeah, that one's a cool one. You mentioned Route 24L House.
Yeah.
That one was a lot of fun to do, only because it was so massive. And the owner kept saying, can we go bigger? I'm like, I don't know if it's going to like hang off that pole correctly if we go bigger. But I mean, yes, but I think we're good,
Yeah.
What else? I landed my first franchise deal last year with Bubba Burritos.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're right in, where are they across? They're in that Chili's parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right where Business Route 1 kind of meets 24.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I did that franchise deal. So that was kind of cool. What else would you... what about Watchtower Brewery? Have you heard of that?
So they recently opened.
Yes, in Aberdeen.
In fact, Frank Young, who's one of the owners,
Yeah.
is upstairs from us right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's with PRMI. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, they opened up the brewery.
Yeah, that was a good project because it was like... I got their electrical signage, which was their outside signage, which was 2 different signs. We also do awnings. People don't think of a sign company that does awnings,
Sure.
but we do. So we did their awning. And then their interior graphic, which is in every social media post when they like have music, they've got their big logo like on the wall that we did too.
Okay.
So that was kind of cool to jump in and just have my hand in like every little piece of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
And you're doing tablecloths.
Yeah, I'll do stuff like for trade shows. Like, I don't know, 6 weeks ago, I have a designer that is not on the payroll, but I pay him like just by the job, like
Okay,
Pat
sure.
Sesko. I don't know if you know him.
He's a musician.
He is a
local
musician, yes,
yeah.
but he is a graphic designer and he does all of my stuff, 99% of it. He's amazing.
Okay.
Because I'm not the one.
Yeah.
I'm not the one. But so I'll always send him my design work stuff. And like there was like 1 week, like 6 weeks ago, we got like those retractable banners, like 12 orders.
Yeah.
He was like, what the hell is it, Banner Mania? I said, I don't know what is going on, but it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm coming to you for that.
But I think that's because we're getting into the spring trade show season, like
Yeah.
the home and garden stuff. And so, yeah. So, I mean, those were fun to do.
Okay.
Because everybody, I mean, when I went to the small business fair put on by the chamber, I don't know, like last month, I walked in and where they had me set up, I did like, there was like 6 people in there with their tablecloths and their banners, and I did like 5 of them. I was like, oh, now I know why y'all all needed you waited till the last minute to get your shit in. Yeah. Now I know. This makes sense. Harry Middlebrooks.
Oh,
But,
Harry just been called out. Display local media.
but no, it is kind of cool when you
Yeah.
like go in somewhere and like you see your stuff,
Sure.
or you're driving around town. Install days are my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, by far. People think you just print a sign and you give it to the customer. No, when we're doing an install, you better believe, and my installers know that I'm crazy. I will be sitting there for 6 hours watching it go up because it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like last Friday, we put up I've been doing a lot of business with Tar Heel, Joe Ayler.
Yep.
And so we put up a bunch of his stuff last week at his new location on Underwood Drive in Forest Hill. And I was there the whole time. I just love it. It's so cool to watch,
Right.
the bucket trucks go up and how they assemble it. And yeah, it's just amazing. It's really cool.
I mean, that there is a sense of pride. It's like
is.
kind of being like a real estate agent. You drive around town, you're like, we sold that house.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we sold that house.
You're like, and there I am again, right there. No, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Or when somebody like sends a picture, like I'll get just random pictures on my phone, like at signs at night. you know me, I'm never out at night. I mean,
Yeah.
I must be lost if I'm leaving the house when it's still dark. And they're like, oh, that looks so good at night. It's so cool. I'm like, random people sending me somebody else's sign, not even their own sign.
Right.
You know, like, oh, that turned out really well.
Yeah. Does anybody ever send you pictures of like signs that look like
daily
crap, and you're like,
daily?
You got to call these people.
Right.
It's hard. Like the 4 letters are out in the sign.
Right.
You know.
Yes,
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have time right now. If they contact me, it's different. But
That's right.
I'm not like a storm chaser. Yeah. There's probably some good money in it. There's probably some good money in it, but
Right. So if somebody's thinking about getting signage for their company, whether it's the big sign, little sign, whatever, like what makes a good sign?
What makes a good sign is clear cut. It's got to be. I've seen some logos. People will send it to me. I'm like, not today. Not today. Please, no.
Yeah.
This is not going to look good. And you can try to talk them out of it. And some of them listen. And some of them still want it, which is fine. I'm still going to do it.
Simplicity is key?
Simplicity is key.
Okay.
Yes. Simplicity is key. Not only with the logo, but just like some of these fonts people are using. You know, like you'll drive by and I'm like, I don't even know what that just said, you know?
Gotcha.
Because if it doesn't catch somebody's eye, they're probably just going to keep on going. I mean, because there's a million other places down the road.
Isn't that the purpose?
Right, exactly.
I mean,
especially if you're going to pay that much money.
Right. How many times you say, man, this place has been here all the time, and I didn't even know it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it depends on just all different kinds of stuff, like the thickness of the stroke of the letter. I mean, if it's too small and you try to, light it up, you're not even going to notice it.
Right.
So what makes a good sign is, color, contrast, blacks and reds and whites. They say, yellow is eye-catching. But I think the simpler the better. I just did a barber shop down in Baltimore City, and literally all she put was the word barber. Like, we didn't even put shop on there.
Okay.
And it just stuck. I mean, it sticks out. You know, there's no question what that lady is doing in there.
Right.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. So you are the Harco Sign Company, but you will travel in this regional area?
Oh, I will.
How far out do you go?
How far out you want me to go? I mean, I'll take a job anywhere.
Arkansas?
Yeah, right? I would. I've got a school going up in Danville, Virginia right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm working with them. So that's Virginia. I've been in Delaware, Elkton.
Okay.
I was in Elkton yesterday.
Okay.
If that
Cecil
counts.
County.
Cecil County.
Way
I've
up
done,
there in Cecil
right.
County.
I've done working in Cecil County, Baltimore County.
Okay.
Yeah.
But primarily Harford County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Harford County.
It's a great place.
Yeah, it's a great place. It's been good to me.
You've mentioned in the past that this is a male-dominated industry.
It is, definitely.
What are the challenges of being a woman in this industry and growing your business in this short time of 3 years?
Yeah, that lesson was learned real quick. Really, really quick. Like, you have to talk to them a certain way. You have to know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Because at first, I had no idea.
Okay.
No idea what I was talking about. I had to really, sit down and, study the sign business.
Yeah.
Instead of just going in and being like, I don't know, well, how do you think we should do it? No, you need to go to them and tell them this is exactly how we're about to do this.
This is what's going to...
This is what we need to do.
Yeah,
you have to go in there knowing what you need to do, and don't expect them to tell you what you need to do.
Okay.
Because they've been doing it longer.
Yeah.
Most of them. So you have to know what you're talking about.
Right.
And that, I had to take a step back when I figured that out, which was really quick. And then I had to go to Chris and say, tell me what I need to do.
Right.
And he showed me all the places I need to go and what I needed to learn, and there we go.
Right.
Yeah.
Was there ever any tension with that? Or, I mean, alpha male, alpha female?
With us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Around our house that first year was wild.
Yeah.
There was times where I was like, we're not going to make it. And
Really?
I meant me, the sign company, me and him. Everything's
Because he's
about
not in
to be
this
on.
business with you. This is you.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not one bit. But he did it for
But he does have the
27 for
experience.
years.
Yeah.
He's the reason I'm here.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Right.
So him trying to tell me what to do, even though it was, how many times I said, this is my business? And he was looking at, now it's crazy because I know he was looking at me like, little girl, I'm about to throw you out the window. Like, what are you talking about? And it was a lot of, I would not listen to him. So he would literally take me to people in the industry that he had worked with for 25 years. And he's like, you have to deal with her. And they would be like, why me? And, and he was like, because you just have to. And I will not tell you that 2 or 3 people that he took me to swooped me up, and I'm still go to them today.
Okay.
They were like, come on. And literally, I Velcroed myself to their ass for the first 6 months. What do I do? What do I do? There was no guessing game in my book. If I didn't know what I was doing, I told them, what do I do?
Right.
And then Chris would tell me the same thing. And I'd be like, but he said this, you know?
Right.
But that's the way I had to learn it on my own.
Right.
You know? And
so I'm sure you tell them all the time, hey, honey, you were right.
Yeah. I do now, finally, 3 years later. But yeah, that's what it took. It took us not doing it together.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And now we do it. I mean, if I need something, I'll go to him.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with him telling me what to do. But it humbled me a lot.
Okay. Well, you know, I mean, I think that's awesome. Do you feel like, even though there were a rough patch in the first year, do you feel like that's brought your relationship a lot closer?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Because he really was just like, figure it out. Just don't cost me a lot of money. Yeah. That's what he said. And I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. Still today, the amount of times I tell myself, you'll figure it out. Yeah. Let's figure it out. It's crazy. And it always works. Yeah. You know?
Outside of being in a male-dominated industry and being a woman, what do you feel is your greatest challenge right now in the business?
My greatest challenge?
Because you're crushing it.
No, I am.
You're doing amazing things, but we all have something that
probably time maintenance. Like, yeah. I mean, like I live by a calendar. If it's not in this calendar, I'm not doing it.
Right.
It's not happening. Like I even have on here, go to the grocery store today because I will forget to run into Aldi. Yeah. So if it's not on that calendar, you can better believe it's not happening. But as far as when I say time management, like when I leave here, I've got to go down to Towson to grab something for a customer. And on the way there is the girl who's installing a wrap for Project IoT. Okay. And she did a big test print for us so we can see it before, we do the whole thing. So like last night, I was like, oh, hey, I'm going to be your way. Let me grab that from you. Mm-hmm. Like a year ago, I would have been like, oh, I forgot to go and tomorrow I have to go back there. So but it's still little things like that I find that I'm not coupling my trips like I should be. I could probably save myself a little bit more time. Okay. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So now I look ahead at the whole week and I'm like, where am I going to be? Like, can I throw all these things off 2 more days and just, I'm going to be in Forest Hill on Thursday. Let's do everything in Forest Hill.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Because I am everywhere. I mean, I'm at meeting the customer. I'm at here. I'm taking measurements. And
I mean, are you pretty much on the go from morning till evening, or are there days where you can have some rest time there?
No, I've also just in the last couple of months, me and Chris were talking about this, and he was like, I think you need to, because I still do all the invoicing. Mm-hmm. I do use Will for all my accounting, but I still do everything in QuickBooks as far as estimates. Yep. So I did figure out that if I 2 days a week, just tell all my customers you're going to get estimates on, Mondays and Fridays. Okay. And so I try to stay at home and do a lot of computer work on those days. Okay. And that helps.
That's huge.
Especially if the customer knows the estimates coming that day and I'm not promising the customer when I leave their place, I'll have something to you tomorrow. That's one of my worst things is because I can have it to you tomorrow. Right. But then again, I'm rushing. Yeah. So if I can just tell everybody these are the days and I know in my head those are the days. Right. It's calmed me down a little bit. So.
Yeah. Do you also put personal time into your calendar? Like, do you block that time out for you? Because you guys...
No, the only personal time I really get is in the gym in the mornings. Okay. And that's a given. And that didn't even have to be on the calendar. I don't care where I'm at. I'm going to the gym, even if I'm out of town.
Every day? 3 days a week?
Every day.
4 days a week?
7 days a week.
7 days a week.
Even on vacation.
Even on vacation.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
And everybody's like, what are you training for? I'm like, not to throw somebody off a bridge later on when they make me mad. Like,
I tell you what.
I'm not training for anything except my mental health. I love to eat. I love food. Yeah. Like I'm not going to give anything up, and I'm not going to give the gym up either. Yeah, right. Not doing it.
That's what I need in the mornings. I mean,
yep, I see you there.
But both of us are Planet Fitness people,
right?
And I try to get there right after I drop my daughter off at school. But sometimes if I have like a 9 or a 10 o'clock appointment, I'll get in there. 5 a.m. Yep. And that's when I see you there the most.
Yeah, I got to do it because if I sit down at my computer, even if it's at 5 a.m., I'm not gonna get up. Mm-hmm. So I've literally got to wake up, walk the dog, make me a cup of coffee, and I'm out the door in like 10 minutes. Yeah. But I mean, I love it though. I enjoy it. It's what gets me going, And I don't know. I need that little part of consistency because after that, there's no telling what's gonna happen with my day. Yeah. And even when Chris was in the hospital. laid up with that heart attack, I was still getting up and going to the gym every day and then going to the hospital. And I had somebody at the gym say, how can you be in here when he's there? You're about to be the person that I'm going to throw off the bridge later. See, lady? Tap me and I have to stop my earphones. And I'm like, maybe we're here for different reasons, but I'm not going to be 100% with him if I'm not 100% with me.
Right.
I can promise you that.
It's that whole...
and he is in the best place he needs to be. So
the plane's going down,
right.
The oxygen mask on you first so that you can serve everybody else. Yeah. Yeah,
because if I'm not 100%, I'm not going to be later with a customer. I'm going to get short with somebody, or, I'm not going to give it my all. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, I've got to be on my game.
Other than your physical fitness for mental benefits, so are there any other habits that you do on a daily basis that help you, with your mental health?
I make my bed, and I always have.
Okay.
I like that to be my bed. No dishes in my sink.
Okay.
Like if I have it, because I work from home mainly. Right. I'm on the go, but I'm home. But if everything is organized, then I work better.
Right.
So.
Okay.
But other than that, not on the daily.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I don't journal. I don't read. I don't do any of that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But.
Okay. Of all the things, that could help your business grow, if you could pick one thing that has been the most beneficial to the business, to the growth of Harco Sign Company.
100%. I already know the answer. Networking.
There it is.
1,000%.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no doubt in it. Because when I get out and get in your face and we have a relationship, if you're doing a sign deal, 99% of the time I'm going to get that deal. Okay. Because you're not buying just a sign.
Right.
I'm going to take care of you. You have my cell phone number. You're not dealing with some chain that's going to send you to a project manager. I'm dealing with a guy right now, and he was like, 6 weeks, I can't get these people to call me back. And I'm like, well, you have my cell phone number. I mean, what else do you need?
Yeah. And you guys are doing a lot of networking.
Yeah.
I mean,
good thing I enjoy it, because if not, it would really suck.
Did you do networking prior to meeting Chris, or was Chris the catalyst for you to network?
First time I'd ever been in a group. Mm-hmm.
Was with being married to Chris.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he always went. I didn't ever know what he was doing there. I thought he was just shooting the shit with people.
Yeah.
I never asked, because I was in corporate America and I didn't have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he took me to my first meeting, I was nervous. And Heather Volk was the first one that came up and said hi to me. And I was like, okay, I might be okay.
Yeah, you were mentioning that there's women in these networking groups that you have really kind of bonded with.
Yeah, it's wild.
Which is great because...
It's wild. Yeah, I never thought in my 40s, and this was 3 years ago, so now... I was still in my 40s. I'm 47. But I would have never believed that they would have literally just swooped me in and been like, come on, I got you.
See, that's
come
awesome.
Sit with us.
Because
I was like, I don't trust any of y'all.
Sometimes women or even men can be catty, or they're worried about, nobody wants you to be as more successful than they are. I mean, they want to see you succeed until you're better than what they are, But you do have a core group of
it's
good
very
women
solid
around you, and men too. But
but the women are where it's at. They're solid, and I've done so much business in the last probably 18 months with women-owned businesses, even new ones, and those are my favorite. I did a yoga studio, and I'm still really good friends with Nicole. Really good friends with her. Then I did Cultivate Barbershop. Really good friends with her. Yeah. And then, so is Tiffany Company Bakery. I've just gotten to be friends with these people because they're excited and nervous about opening a business. And I was like, me too. Come on. I got you.
It's like a big support group, right?
It is, yeah. And then I tell them, you got to get out and networking. Now they're all networking. It's like a crazy little gang, but we all help each other.
And then there's all the events, charity events that your guys are doing with Fallston Barrel House.
Right. The Barrel House is amazing. I did their signage too.
Okay.
See how that just worked
I could
out?
Probably just name random businesses and you're the one that put the sign up. Yeah. But
no, they all have a story. And then I had somebody ask me, hey, in an email just yesterday, she was like, what's standard in the sign? I was like, I learned day one, there's nothing standard. I can tell you that pylon out there probably has 3 different kinds of screws in it. Nothing is all the same. Nothing's standard.
Other than a successful sign needs simplicity.
Right, exactly. Right. Yeah, that's about it.
So, you do the networking, you've linked it to charity. What are the charities that you're most passionate about?
The ones in Harford County would definitely be the Caitlin Project.
Okay.
And that's the one that we just started for Chris's daughter.
Okay.
Because he lost her to an overdose. Another one, I'm on the board with the Turntable Fund, and we have 2 events a year.
Okay.
And that is, we support local musicians around the area if they're sick or they don't get the gig because, let's say a mom died or something and they have to, they don't get the money, then they can apply for us to pay for that night.
Okay.
And then we do scholarships too for kids. We're doing that right now.
For like public high school kids? Or
Mm-hmm. And if they want to go into like the school for continuing education or college for like in the music path, then we have scholarships for that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. What else do? I do a lot with the Gain. I'm trying to think of anything really in the recovery field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So whether it be, Rage Against Addiction, whether it be Carrie Paradise's Revival for Recovery, we just teamed up and did something with them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you have an affiliation or relationship with addiction from your past before Chris, or was this because of his daughter, and now you share a life with Chris, and he's got this background of wanting to help people in recovery?
I had this in a previous relationship too with my ex-husband.
Yeah. Okay.
So I kind of knew about it. And then when I met Chris and he was kind of sharing with me about his daughter, which at first we didn't really talk about it a lot. And I was like, oh, I don't get it, but I've, been in the same wheelhouse.
Yes.
That made it a lot easier, I think, for him to start talking about it.
Yeah. Okay. Looking into the rest of the year, what are some big projects that you're looking forward to, if you can divulge? I don't know if there's like classified information here, or like what are some of the goals that you're striving for in 2026 and beyond?
Some projects, I'm not really sure. I'm doing one more with Tar Heel.
Okay.
Sometime in the spring, we're taking a bunch of his interior signage from his right now existing office, and we're moving it to his new office, and it's a lot, so that'll be fun. Anytime I can work with him, it's a good time.
Yeah.
There is a yoga Pilates studio going up in Forest Hill. It's called the Flexible Flamingo.
The Flexible
Yes.
Flamingo.
How fun is that?
There you go.
So I'm actually in the process. I also pull all the permits if you need permits for these. So I'm in the permitting process with that right now with the county. So once that gets pulled, then that'll
Is that a pain in the butt, or are they pretty easy to work with?
No, they know me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy. It's an easy process. I mean,
Here she comes.
Yeah,
Close
right.
the doors.
No, as long as it meets code, I mean, yeah, they're easy to work with. So
Yeah.
there's a big pylon rebuild that we're doing in Forest Hill right now. What everybody's doing, or not everybody, but I did it yesterday for Visiting Angels up in Cecil County. People are getting rid of the tube bulbs that are inside these cabinets because they're just old.
Yeah.
They're old. They don't last. They're expensive right now because everybody's doing LED retrofit.
Okay.
Everybody's ripping those bulbs out. We did it for the Barrel House. We've done it for a handful of businesses all around here in the last 6 weeks.
Okay.
We're just taking all those bulbs out and we're just throwing in LEDs, and they pull tons of less power.
Yeah.
They're going to last forever. You know what I mean? They're bright as hell.
Yeah.
So we're going to rip all those tube lights out and put all new faces. This guy bought a building, so we're doing that for him.
Okay. Is there a transformation of a business that was just struggling, and because of the work that you've done, plus maybe some other things too, that they've now flourished?
I don't know. It's not I know I have a good one. It's not a transformation of the same ownership, but there is a Forest Hill Car Care, I think is what it was called previously, and now it's Moser's Motors, and it's right there on the corner, like past the post office if you're going through Forest Hill.
Yeah.
And I teamed up with him, and it was kind of a cool story. This took like 6 or 8 months because he had to apply for an SBA loan with the Gallo, and we finally got it. And the way he has transformed this, he's already looking for a bigger space. Let me just put it that way.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like bright green and black, and it just catches your eye, and it's like super modern. And we redid it, and then I roped a girlfriend of mine in, Trish, and she did a big mural on the outside. She does murals. So we did the signage, and she did the mural, and so that was kind of fun. But yeah, I'm doing something else with him right now because he's opening up like a tag and title place on the back side of it. And when I was there the other day, I was like, I couldn't even find a place to park my car. Like, first of all, to take measurements. He had all these cars and he's flipping all these cars. And I was like, you're going to have to move. And he's like, I know, I'm already knocking down like stuff on the other side for like 20 more parking spaces. But yeah, it was kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's a young kid. He's cool. I was like, I hope he makes it. Now I know he's going to make it. But I guess before that, for like 6 years, he had like a mobile auto body. He would like go to your house. And so now.
That's cool.
It is cool.
Yeah. How do you, as a business owner, as a female business owner, as somebody that's very heavily involved in the community, and this is deep, how do you define success?
It's not by money. A long time ago, it probably would have been. Now success is being happy and just being confident and just knowing that it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to make mistakes. You know, that's not going to be correct when you take it to the customer. Something's going to happen. But when you look at them and say, I'm going to fix it, they trust that you're going to fix it.
Right.
Success is being confident enough in yourself that people trust you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or I'm going to call you back.
Right.
And you actually call them back, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, if you say you're going to do something, do it.
Right.
So that, to me, just success is just being able to walk in a room and being like, I got nothing to hide.
Right.
And just feeling good about yourself.
Do you have days where you doubt where the next business is coming from? Or are you just so loaded up with business that you're just crushing it?
I'm loaded up with business. But no, of course you have that as a business owner.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't, and then again, if I got every deal that I, put a bid in on, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Right.
So yeah.
You'd be too busy for me.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
So no, I always tell people, what's it going to hurt? Let me bid your project. Like, what's it hurt? You're out of nothing.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
But then again, I will also tell people, give me last bid. Show me what I'm working with. And you would be surprised. People will just slide you the number across the table.
Right.
It happened to me this week.
Well,
the guy sent me over the email and it was built out just like that.
But you also got to make sure, when you're getting bids too, that you're measuring apples to apples.
100%, because it's very easy
like,
not to.
A lot of times when people are shopping for mortgage rates, it's like, well, they see this super low mortgage rate, but there's a reason why it's that low. Because
they send it to you and you're like,
Yeah,
you have to say, like, this is only 4 feet and I quoted 10.
Right.
This is not the same.
This is not what we talked about before.
Exactly.
Right.
So yeah, you do have to double check people.
Yeah. I love interviewing people that are local businesses, people that are making a difference, people that are just have a compelling story. Who's the first person that pops into your head that if you could introduce them to me, they would be a good fit for interviewing on the podcast?
I don't know that I have anybody that you haven't already had.
I've had a lot of people from networking events, so there's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Have you had Jason Davis with the L House?
No.
It might be a good one.
Jason Davis. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What makes you think of him?
We've gotten to be really good friends with him and his wife, Katie.
Okay.
And they do a lot in the community as far as, like, I'm a big animal lover. Like, that's my toxic trait is I'm like, yeah, that lion over there. Yeah, I'll be Big Spoon. I got you. Come over here to mama. But they do a bunch of stuff with, they do animals. I don't even know if it's the Humane Society or the SPCA, but they always hold stuff at the L House, like puppies and pancakes, and they'll do adoption stuff.
Okay.
So they're just big in the community in ways that we're not.
Okay.
So I just think it's really cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, that might be a good one for you.
Well, I
and
think
he does a lot of community stuff too, as far as give backs.
Right. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. People want to reach out to you. They
Yep.
need to get a sign. How can people connect?
Facebook is probably the easiest, or unless you just have my phone number and you call me.
Yeah.
You can call me. The phone number is 682-216-5190.
682.
That's my Texas phone.
Yes, it is.
So call, text, Facebook. Email is Lacey@HarcoSignCoMD.com.
Okay.
Or literally, I am everywhere. So I like food. I will grab a drink with you. I will grab coffee with you. Even if you don't need to buy a sign, I'm really fun to talk to.
Right, exactly. Yeah, well, and that's why you're in the seat today.
I appreciate it. This was actually fun.
Was it fun? You were nervous.
I was nervous.
Talk to me now.
I did not think it was going to be boring. I was just like, I'm putting on the spot. You didn't give me anything to go off of. You're the one with the paper.
Yep.
I know.
Covering my notes here. Yep.
But I mean, if I didn't know, I shouldn't have come on here if I didn't know what I was talking about. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. Like, you.
Right.
Like, I mean,
yeah.
There's nothing that I threw at you there.
No, it was really fun. I enjoyed it.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yes.
Connect with Lacey with the Harco Sign Company. You can connect with us on Facebook and Instagram at the Markland Advantage. You can also watch this on YouTube to see how good looking of a woman Lacey Rives is and how lucky Christopher is, and watch on YouTube as well at the Markland Advantage. If you like it, please share it. Please subscribe. Help us grow the channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. Lacey, thank you so much. Until next time, folks, live your life to the fullest, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
Did you like this episode of the TMA Connection? Well, you might want to check this one out right here. Go ahead, click it.